We are back at it again with our cosplay and convention icks. The things that happen at cons and in the cosplay scene that we just think are bad news. Before we get into it, hi, my name is Ezra Faye. I'm a professional makeup artist, a cosplayer, and I am here with my best friend.
Hi, I am Kalpni. I am also a cosplayer, model, and an idol. And a professional Ezra enjoyer.
There's really not much about it. We're just talking about the things that happen at cons and in the cosplay scene that we don't like and we think are icky.
Yep.
And the first one being when you're at a con and someone comes up to you to talk to you, or they come up to talk to someone that you're with and they only talk to that person, like don't even acknowledge the other people there, can't even say hello. If I see you at a con and you're with a bunch of other people and I only talk to you and I don't even say like, oh, hi, I'm Ezra, it's rude.
It's just weird to be like, hello.
Cuts you off from
Ignores everyone else. So what did you think about, and just has a whole ass conversation while somebody...
Especially when it's a long conversation.
Right. Involve other people in your conversation. If you need it to be private, be like, hey, can I talk to you about it?
You're acting like the other people aren't there. Most of the time, the other people are either just standing there listening or they're standing there waiting. That happened to me so much at Katsucon, and I don't think I've ever experienced more disrespect from people at a con than I did at Katsucon this year. But that was one of the main things. It's like if I was talking to someone else would come up to them and start talking to them, and that person would just kind of angle themselves away from me. Couldn't even be like, hey, sorry, give me a second. Or,
yeah.
Oh, hey, have you met Ezra? This isn't even just con etiquette. I feel like that's just not how you treat people at all. If I don't know your friends, I don't have to be best friends with the people that you're with.
Right.
But it doesn't kill me to say hello.
Right. I don't even like it in real life when people are start talking to somebody and then I'm just kind of standing there awkwardly
no, I hate
do I have time to get on my phone and just kind of wait this out, or are you gonna be a minute? Because it's hello.
Yeah.
Nice to fucking meet you, by the way.
I feel like part of it too is with people in the cosplay community thinking they're celebrities. Nobody cares. People think they're celebrities, or it's this exclusivity mindset, and it's just you're so-and-so and I don't know who you are, so stop acting like you're hot shit.
Even if you are a celebrity, it doesn't,
I mean, that doesn't
it's
justify
still
it.
Fucking
Yeah.
rude, bro.
Oh my god, I just thought of this. So this one piggybacks off of last time we said when people don't wear the Demon Slayer uniforms correctly. I hate when people cannot wear Akatsuki robes properly. You zip that bitch right up. But it's the same thing. People fold the collars down. And again, it does not require any type of skill or craftsmanship to just zip it up all the way. The only thing I can get is you're hot or something, but I'm we're taking the nice photos, zip it up. Because it doesn't look right when everyone's got it all up and we all look menacing and you got your little collar folded down like a school kid.
Right. It'd be different if it's all the way unzipped and you're doing it for a stylistic choice, but if it's just just kind of got it down to here.
I get it if you're just being comfortable walking around.
Right. But
I'm
we're taking a picture.
At least if you're in a photo with me, I'm gonna have to be hey,
he's at party. It's not you're asking them to hey, could you do a backflip?
Can you change your entire cosplay based solely off of my opinion? I'm just that's how they wear in the show. That's how it's
worn.
That's how it's on the model in the picture when you bought it off of Amazon.
I was I think if anything, they just have it unzipped a little bit. They don't all have it zipped all the way up to the top.
No, it doesn't even go up that high. It goes up to here on me, and I'm small.
Why are we folding things over that don't need to be folded?
This one's very broad, so I'm gonna try not to spend too much time on it. People who believe that they're that character and nobody else can be that character. We could talk about gatekeeping for a whole video. I feel especially at cons, you can tell when people have that mentality because we see it so much online, but when you see it at a con, it's painfully obvious. Every One Piece meetup I've been to, there's always that one Nami cosplayer, or that
Nami
one
specifically.
I swear it's Nami specifically. There's always one girl. You can tell she thinks she's the Nami ever. And it's honey, I don't know how to tell you there's 10 other Namis here. But you can tell that she is judging them and being oh, I look so much better than all of these other girls. I mean, there's tons of characters that's but it feels it's very interesting to see it in person. We see it online so much.
Yeah.
When you see it in person, you can tell, and it's just kind of okay, what do you want? A
award?
cookie?
You want an award? It's kind of going along with, well, I'm the most canonical. Okay, and? Well, actually, her fabric is an iridescent blue, not just regular blue. Okay, you're a better Jolene than me. You win. I don't know. What do you want me to say? Be oh my god, you're so... You're so right. Take my clothes off my back. I shouldn't have even tried. I don't know.
We could talk about that so much. We're just scratching the surface
No, for
there,
real.
we could go on that forever. Kind of bouncing off of that one, I feel like at every photo shoot / meetup I've been to at a con, there is always one person who is just such an attention whore. They have got to be in the spotlight. They need everyone to know they're there, and they're loud and like, oh, look at me, I'm so funny and I'm so cool and I'm so whimsical. They gotta be in every photo. They gotta find a way to make every photo about them.
Yeah, I definitely feel like I've been the attention hog at points, but it's not like I need all of the shots to be me. It's just like,
Everybody look at me.
Could I get a solo shot? Could I get a couple solos? Could I get a couple with this character in specific because they kind of like go together, or like.
And that's different because that's what the point of the photo shoot is. Unless you're the person running the photo shoot, you don't need to be the center of attention the whole time, because I've never seen like those loud, obnoxious people at the photo shoots and thought like, oh, they seem really fun and cool and I want to be their friend. I'm like, can this person shut up?
Yeah.
Can this person, I have left photo shoots because someone has annoyed me so bad. I'm not trying to like dull anyone's sparkle.
Yeah.
But I'm also like, if you're so agitating that people are leaving, it might be time to take it down a notch. I'm so happy you're enthusiastic. Just take it down a notch.
Time and place. There's always that kind of space where somebody's got to be an attention whore, somebody's got to make the biggest show about themselves, and it's like, there's like 50 other people here, brother. Like, I know you're trying to make a connection with whoever, like, especially for modeling.
Trying to get noticed.
Trying to make a connection, trying to get noticed so you can blow up and then act like I don't know nobody.
Especially at local cons, too. You're not going to get discovered here.
This is not the place.
This is
not the place.
This isn't so much of an ick. It could be perceived as an ick, but I feel like every time I've gone to one of these photo shoots, why is the person running it always not only the most soft-spoken person, but they're also the most stressed out person? And look, I'm not saying a photo shoot is not stressful. I have run one before, but I mean, like, you signed up for this. Did you really think like everyone was going to be quiet and attentive and being like, I am sitting here waiting for my name to be called? Should it be that way?
Probably.
In a perfect world, yes.
Yeah.
But
I mean, running any kind of event is also just stressful. Like, just having to run performances and shit in the past. It's not an easy job, but like,
nobody's saying you cannot be stressed,
right?
But when you show that you're stressed, it shows, and
it makes everything more chaotic.
It stresses other people out too.
Yeah.
And then you also have people who see that you are stressed and try to help lead, and now you've got like 3 different people trying to run the photo shoot.
Right.
And that just makes it worse.
Yeah. Too many chefs.
People who stall meeting up at conventions and just like respond super late in general. Me personally, if I've got plans with someone, I'm not gonna be like, all right, let's meet up and throw my phone in my bag or do something else. Like, if I'm gonna meet up, I'm gonna be sitting there watching my phone trying to locate this person. But it's happened to me so many times where I've planned to meet up with someone and then they text me and they're like, where are you? And I'll be like, oh, I'm in the artist alley. And then it's just crickets. And then like 6 hours later, they'll be like, oh, sorry, I was busy. Are you still in there? No, I'm not still in the artist alley 6 hours later.
Out of cosplay laying in bed, brother. No, I'm not there.
It's a little rude to me because if you have plans to meet up with someone, you need to either honor that or you need to apologize and be like, hey, sorry, I'm gonna get caught up doing something else, or the time's not gonna line up. I would much rather someone do that. Sorry, am I boring you?
No, I'm sorry. I hate when people do. That's an ick of mine.
What happened?
Always be filming. You want to go home? No, please don't send me home. My mom will get really mad if she has to pick me up this late.
Hold my beer.
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna be honest, I like forgot where we were going with that.
I mean, just be attentive. If you're gonna say like, hey, do you want to meet up? And then I texted you, I'm like, yeah, I'll be right there. And then I'm there and I'm waiting for like a good 30 minutes. Like, where the fuck are they? And I check and I'm like looking, there's no good reception at a con. So I'm looking, I'm like, it says that they've seen my message. Maybe they just loaded in and I'm fucking waiting there. Yeah. And then all of a sudden you get back to me like, oh, we decided to go home. Fuck you.
It's so rude. I'm not saying like you have to dedicate all your time for me, but like you can still be respectful of my time.
Yes.
Because if you're leaving someone waiting, that's time that they're standing to the side waiting for you
Yes.
when they could be doing something else at the con that they paid to be at.
Right.
And they want to see you. And you're gonna disrespect it. Like, I get stuff pops up or you run into people or plans change.
That's different.
It takes 2 seconds to be like, hey, I'm so sorry, I can't come right now.
Right.
I'll try to find you later.
Right. And
It
like,
takes
I might
2
be
seconds.
frustrated in the moment, but I'm not gonna be angry if you give me an explanation as to why you're not gonna be there. Like, if you just tell me, it's fine. Later on, I'll be like, yeah, I was a little frustrated, but it's fine.
This one is also very specific. On like social media, when you post your cosplay and then you list the character in your bio of like who it is, but it's super obvious, it's funny to me because someone will be cosplaying like the most well-known character. They'll be cosplaying like Luffy from One Piece, and then in the caption it'll be like, character Luffy from One Piece. Who's looking at your Luffy cosplay and being like, I've never seen this before. What is this? Maybe this is just a picky thing, but I kind of feel like that's what the hashtags are for.
Yeah.
I don't know. I get it if that's how you want to do it, but it's just funny to me.
I feel like it could go both ways because I also get frustrated when people don't tag something that's more niche. And I'm like, what is
If it's
this
niche,
from?
I
What is
wanna
this
know.
from? I could see both sides of the coin because, like, I don't need to know who the fuck Luffy is. But also, if you're cosplaying from, like, Fate Stay Night or something like that, which is really popular, and I just don't know it.
Yeah, I could see that as well.
But, like, if you're cosplaying fucking Miku, Hatsune Miku from Vocaloid. Yeah, we know, brother. He's, like, one of the most recognizable anime figures known to man.
And then on top of that, when you ask someone what character they're cosplaying and they get like offended that you don't know, or they're like laughing at you for not knowing.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not an encyclopedia.
Yeah, I'm Luo Tianyi. I'm a beast singer from China, idiot. What do you mean you don't know that?
Yeah, it's just
Stupid.
like, it's giving high school bully.
No, it really is, though. Sorry, I'm laughing. I'm gonna knock him over again.
Well, you're leaning on the desk.
I know,
That's the problem.
It's comfy.
I understand needing to take a break from social media. I think more people should be taking a break from social media. And I've talked about this too. You don't have to announce it every single time. And it's just kind of funny to me because there will be people who go on a hiatus all the time. It's like once a month and they have to announce it. See, I'm going on hiatus for all of these reasons. And it's like all the time because first of all, it makes me take it less seriously. Second of all, I don't need to know about everything wrong in your life.
I feel like you could be like, hey, I'm going on hiatus, a lot of shit's going on. I don't know, I feel like there's something weird about, instead of just saying, hey, I'm going on hiatus, I don't even feel like you gotta do that. If you don't want to post, you don't have to post. No one's forcing you.
But it's interesting because so many people want to treat their cosplay accounts and just cosplaying as a business.
It's because they have an inflated sense of self-importance.
But I feel like if you want to treat it like a business and you want to treat yourself like a professional or a celebrity or something, professionals and celebrities don't do that.
No one's gonna look at Selena Gomez and be like, she hasn't posted in 2 days. Oh my god. I hope she makes an announcement as to why she hasn't posted in 2 days. Like, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. It's social media. We're cosplayers.
I'm not saying I don't give a fuck about what's going on in your life, but I feel like that kind of stuff is maybe for the close friend story or your private account or your real life friends.
Yeah.
And when you're like announcing, I'm going on hiatus, my dog died, my husband divorced me, I had 3 miscarriages, he took the fucking kids.
He took the fucking kids.
Like,
he took the miscarried
like,
kids.
Everything wrong. It's just like you wouldn't go up to a stranger in public and info dump like that.
Right. I just find it weird that people have such self-importance to think that everybody needs to know that they're going on hiatus. Or like, hey, I haven't posted in a couple days, here's why. Like, they don't care.
I really don't notice.
I don't watch stories 90% of the time except for my own because I'm hilarious. Just some random person, I'm not gonna watch that. I only go through my follower list of like who I'm following and like scroll and like unfollow people who haven't posted in like 3 years. If you haven't posted in like a month, I don't give a fuck. I don't have any content to post for months, that's fair.
Yeah.
Like, I don't post every single week. I just don't have the content.
You don't
for
need
that.
to worry about that unless you're making enough money off of cosplaying to live.
To where that you should be posting because that's how you get your income. If you're just
Completely
some random person with like 4,000 followers and you're not making a bank off of this, I just feel like it's kind of...
That's just the thing that I think so many cosplayers fail to realize is that you're just some guy.
There's nothing really to say about it other than you don't need to announce you're going away for like a month or something.
And then the last one is people who use the idea of they don't know how to do something as a crutch when it comes to cosplay. Money is a huge inhibitor for people in cosplaying, and like your job or your parents. There's a lot of things that could inhibit a person from cosplaying that are completely valid. Not knowing how to do something is not one of those valid reasons, because here's why. There's a tutorial for anything. So many cosplayers are glued to TikTok. Look up a tutorial on the TikTok, because they're the ones who are looking at cosplayers on TikTok or Instagram and being like, oh, that's so cool. I wish I could do that, but I don't know how. It's like, you could learn.
I mean, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm making a Senku Ishigami wig from Dr. Stone, and it's like a helmet wig. I've never made a wig like that before. His hair is completely upright. It's a bit daunting, so I was sitting there for a while just staring at it like, all right, I'm gonna do it, and then I just kept not doing it. But I looked at enough videos and I'm like, okay, well, if it turns out bad, it turns out bad, but I can try.
You have to try.
I'm never gonna do it otherwise. And it's the same thing, like, well, I don't know how to cut a wig. Well,
I don't know
Google
how
that.
to do my makeup.
You can Google that. Google is free. The internet is free.
Yeah, like time and resources are a thing, but if we're talking about like a base level, not knowing how to do something, there is a way. You just have to have the will to do it.
Honestly, there's no tutorials, which I doubt, but if there's no tutorials anywhere, troubleshoot. Just try your best and learn something along the way.
If nothing else, I feel like asking cosplayers is a thing that you can do. I mean, like, we can talk about like all these issues with cosplayers, but I will say at least my mutuals and stuff have really come in clutch. When I started learning how to sew, one of my mutuals, she gave me a sewing machine, first of all. Shout out to her. But then she also made like a whole video for me of like, here's how you thread it, here's how you do this and that with it. I can think of like different people to ask. And the other way around, I love it when people ask me for makeup recommendations, because that's something a lot of my mutuals do, is ask me for makeup recommendations, and I will film you like a 20-minute video if you so desire.
I remember specifically because I was watching the video we did as Ino and Sakura, and it looked like I had a fucking 5 o'clock shadow the way that I contoured, and I was like, why do it look like that? And you were like, oh, you're dragging it down too much. You just need a little bit. And I said, interesting. I would argue that it's significantly better.
You don't have a 5 o'clock shadow.
If you go back and review, I think it's significantly better. But like, ask. If you don't know, ask. Just keep trying and trying. And then eventually you kind of come to a point where you're like, yeah, I know what I'm trying to get at and I know what I'm doing. Enough to the point where I can do something with it.
There's always a way with cosplay. Sometimes it might not be the way that you want it to be, because we talked about the constraints of time and money and things like that. But there's always a way to do something. Either ask cosplayers, ask Google, ask TikTok, ask a book.
Never mind.
I think that's it for our list.
I think so.
But if you guys have any more icks or generalized complaints, we would love to hear them. Or if you have ideas for future videos as well, you can either comment them, you can DM them to me on Instagram, or you can email them to me right here. And of course, follow me on Instagram and like and subscribe so that you can become one of Ezra's Face, where I talk about cosplay and conventions and whatever else.
You can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, all at Calpheny, CALPHENY. And if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, you'll become an official Cal Pal. And if you see me at a con, I'm gonna plug this until I die. And if you see me at a con and you show me that you're subscribed to me, you get an official Cal Pal ribbon.
Yippee! Well, we're gonna go because
we have
a special treat.
Oh, we can make brownies.
I'm not making brownies tonight.
Oh, you're fair. Valid.
All right. Bye! Bye!